Let's just watch the tail end of this happen. I like watching this. It's kind of neat. Hello, you beautiful people out there, and welcome to another very exciting episode of JJ Plays Modded Minecraft. I am your host, Jon-Michael Booth, aka JJ, just in case you wondered who the heck I was, and welcome once again. Today, we are going to be finishing up, well, not finishing up, but continuing work on the reactor that we started in the previous episode, before we were a little bit sidetracked. The funny thing is, we got sidetracked and it didn't even, or it looked like we got sidetracked, but the truth is we didn't really get sidetracked at all. You just don't know it yet. And that's what this hole has to do with, actually. But this is what I wanted to show you. I took all of that reactor casing that we built in the last episode. Well, not all of it. I still, oh, actually, I might have been pretty close to all of it. Well, just under 500 blocks, and I built this this massive structure. This will eventually become our brand new enormous reactor. I've left a couple holes in it, one over here and a couple over here, and those are for some very specific things, which I'm going to work on right now. So first I need to go back to my ME system because I need to create some special ports for my reactor, or some special things that we're going to need. So I need a new reactor controller. Pretty easy to make. Bang, there it is. Got one of those. I need some access ports. That's these guys right here. So chests and pistons, and yeah, looks like we can make that. Actually, I need two of them. One for in and one for out. I also need a power tap. So that's really easy. Bang, just like that. Now I've got all of the reactor components, but I also need, well, not all the reactor components. I also need some yellorium fuel rods. And I need an import bus and an export bus. So let's work on that. These import buses and export buses, I seem to go through a lot of them. So what I think would be better is if I create a pattern for them. Don't you think? So import bus, that would be this guy right here. Oh, I don't even have the materials to create an import bus at the moment. What am I missing? I'm missing this thing in the middle, which is, oh, a sticky piston. So why don't I create a pattern for a sticky piston? There we go. I could put the pattern in my molecular assembler, or one of them. Then I can create a sticky piston. Let's just create like 10 of them. Beautiful. Oh, I'm missing slime. So let's cancel that and let's go to slime. I have 4 slime. How do I get more slime? Slime essence. Oh, from slime seeds. Yep. So, oh look, I have 4. I have some Imperio. I'm gonna make slime seeds. There we go. That's pretty convenient, wouldn't you say? What do I have a ton of that I don't need anymore of? Glowstone. Probably glowstone. Yeah, let's go with glowstone. Enderman seeds, yellorite seeds. 3 glowstone seeds. So let's unlock, remove the glowstone seeds. Oh, put the slime seeds in, but I can't actually put the slime seeds in because it won't plant any if I only have 1. So, well, that should be a fairly easy fix because I can just plant 1 on my own. There. Slime crop. And that should grow. And then if I, like so, that's locked. If I just turn this on, I think it's locked anyway. You can never really tell with these things because because they sort of visually glitch, unfortunately. But oh well. So there it is. Anyway, we've got slime growing. We've only got one slime plant growing, but that's not a big deal. We don't need 1,000 slime plants or anything. We need one slime plant because we just want to make some slime essence. That's good. Oh, I already have a bunch of congealed green slime too, so I can turn this into slime balls as required, which is fine. So, what I should do... Oh, this would be actually pretty cool. If I had enough slime essence, I could actually make a pattern slime essence into slime balls, and then it would know how to make that. I wonder how many pistons I have. I have 57 pistons, but it would be great if I actually made a pattern for pistons as well. Piston. Boom. 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 There. See, now I have a pattern for pistons, regular pistons. I can put that in here. How's my slime doing? Slime. I need one more slime essence. I need 9 slime essence. 9. Boom. I'll take all that slime essence out. I will go over to my pattern terminal and now I have 9 slime essence gives me 8 slime balls. Let's encode that pattern. Put that pattern down here. And then we'll put our slime essence in there. And we will try to create sticky pistons. So let's say we want 10. Okay, so I have enough of everything now anyway, so there it is. Making my 10 sticky pistons. Good. Good stuff. Now, from that, I want to make import buses. And there it is. I shouldn't have done it there. I should have done it over here. Import. And that'll give me the pattern for an import bus. So let's make that. While we're here, let's make the pattern for an export bus, which looks like that. And now, into the interface terminal, import there, export there, and now we should be able to request import buses. So let's craft 4 of those. We've got everything we need. And export buses. So we'll take that out, and then we'll craft another 3. Sure. We only need 1 anyway. But it's good to know that we can now craft these kind of things as we need them. So import bus, export bus. Cool. So we're doing all right. Let's go back to our reactor and get some of these parts in place. Down the stairs. I already laid this some cable down as well, which is kind of cool. So I hear some skeletons, but that's okay. Over here, I wanted to put down my reactor access ports. So 1, 2. One of them we need to turn into a output port, and one of them is an input port. So let's take our export bus. Remember, export buses allow us to export things from our ME system and into some other machine. So we put that there. Import buses allow us to take stuff out of a machine and import it into our ME system. So let's connect those. And hopefully, there. That should be connected. These will not go online yet because I have a P2P terminal, or sorry, a P2P tunnel hooked up, but I haven't programmed it yet. So let's zip down here back to our base, and actually let's go underground because we need to work down here for a minute, because here's the P2P tunnel. So right now it says we have 2 channels, but I know for a fact they're actually offline channels. We need to use our memory card for this. So the memory card is a shift right click. So that saves the settings in our memory card. Then I need to come over here and I need to pick a new P2P terminal. See, this is where it starts to get hard to remember, because I know I've used the two underneath, and I'm sure I used this one on the end, and I think I used this one, but I don't think I used this one yet. But I might have. You know what I should do is actually remove all of these P2P tunnels and then only place them as I use them. That would make a lot more sense, right? So I'm going to assume I haven't used this, and I haven't used this, and I have used that, and I haven't used this. So let's right click on that and see what happens. See if that completely breaks our system. So to start with, we come to our upper part of our base, and we check over here, and we see that these devices are online. So that's good. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to do this from the outside of the base, because I can actually see all these devices that are online. Yeah, so 8 devices seems to be online. Over here, online, online. So we're all good there. Over here, online, online. So yeah, we're all good here. Over here. Okay, so these devices are offline, but actually this one is turned on. So that's online. These are online. These are online. Okay, so hopefully we're all good and we don't break anything else too drastically in the future. All right, back in. And now, by the way, if we go down to our reactor, we should see those 2 devices that we just placed online. So let's see if I can even get in there anymore. That's kind of one of the problems of building like this under a mountain is access. So online, online. All right. So I should have brought something with me to actually import, but I can't do it anyway yet because I don't have my yellorium fuel rods in place. My reactor is basically incomplete at this point. So let's continue building the reactor. Let's use our reactor controller and then our power tap. So the power tap, I'm going to do something a little bit different with. I'm going to stick the power tap on this side. That's why I dug this big hole. This hole is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep. And that is for something very cool. And this is back to what I was talking about at the beginning of this episode and during last episode when I said that we kind of got sidetracked. The thing we got sidetracked building last week were octatic capacitors. But they're actually important because I want to make some vibrant capacitor banks today. And vibrant capacitor banks, well, they work very much like the basic capacitor bank that we built way back at the beginning of our time in Minecraft. So I'm just going to zip over to our old base and show you something. Okay, here we are at our old base, and this is our old reactor. So you can see it has the access ports. I just placed those in the new reactor. It has the reactor controller. I've just placed that in our new reactor. But it also has this thing on the outside. So this is the power tap, which I just placed. And it feeds into this vibrant capacitor bank. And remember what we use this for? This stores the power coming out of our reactor, and then it allows the power monitor to actually monitor it and then switch the reactor on and off as necessary. So we're going to do something very similar with our new reactor, but I want to have a much bigger capacitor bank. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of these guys right here. So let's go back to our real base. Here we are back at our real base, and we're going to start building some of these vibrant capacitor banks. So the recipe is pretty simple. It requires vibrant crystals, which of course will require some vibrant alloy and also some emeralds. They'll also require some of this electrical steel, but they also need a bunch of octadic capacitors. Now, I want to make 25 of these things, so you can see where this is going, right? Because I want to be able to make these things in one fell swoop, as they say. So, vibrant capacitor bank. I want to make a recipe for this, and bang. Can't do it because I don't have all the parts yet. Electrical steel. Electrical steel is made with this electrical steel essence, but I don't know if I have any of that because I don't know if I've built any of this yet. Electrical steel. So we're going to need to make some electrical steel seeds, right? So in order to make electrical steel seeds, we need electrical steel, and in order to make electrical steel, we need to use our alloy smelter with iron, pulverized coal, and silicon. So let's get out some of that. Iron. Bang. Coal, but I want the pulverized kind. And what was the third thing? Silicon, I believe? Silicon. I don't have any silicon. So how do I make silicon? Oh, I use a pulverizer or a sag mill, and I put sand in there. Right? Yeah. So perhaps we should make a recipe for that since we have a sag mill. Sand. So let's take sand and let's start by putting a little bit in the pulverizer, or the sag mill I should say, just to get some silicon, and that'll go into our ME system. Sand and silicon is a very funny thing because there's not a 1-to-1 ratio. So you have to do a bit of a trick here. So you have to say that sand gives you silicon, but it's not, like I said, 1-to-1. It could be 2-to-1, it could be 3-to-1, it could be 4-to-1. I'm not really sure what it is. I usually use 4-to-1 because I know if I grind 4 sand, I'll get at least 1 silicon. And ideally, if I grind 400 sand, I would get at least 100 silicon. I might get a little bit more, but I certainly won't get any less. So that's basically kind of the trick you have to do just with silicon, because it's kind of funny. It doesn't work 1-to-1 like you'd think most things should. So silicon, I need to craft a little bit of that. Let's just craft like 20. So it's going to use 80 sand, and it doesn't have any crafting CPUs available. Why not? Oh! Because my crafting CPUs are offline. Yeah, see, I did break something. Alright, so I've got my memory card, I've got my P2P stuff going. Let's go underground and see if we can fix this problem. So under here, I'm going to have to put one of those down. And then I will use the memory card. Oops. And we'll come over here because this right here broke. So let's, yeah, see, look, 0 channels. Shift right click to save the settings, and then up here with the one I just placed, right click, and then hopefully that'll come back online. Just gotta check my crafting CPUs. So that comes online, 20 devices online. Okay, I think we're back in business. There we go. Now I should be able to craft. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. craft. So silicon, craft, 20. Yes. Available, start. So it's crafting. These guys are all back online, yes. And it's grinding this stuff down. Now remember, it's grinding 80 sand down and hoping to get 20 silicon out of it, but it might actually get more than that. So let's just check. So there's the 20 already. Is it done? No, it's not done, but it's still producing silicon. So okay, that's okay. It thinks it's done, but there's still silicon in the actual machine that is being ground down. So that's okay. Down to our alloy smelter. So that's this guy right here. We need to make electrical steel. So 1, 2, 3. And that, with an octadic capacitor in it, is going to speed up pretty fast. Give me electrical steel. I only need 4 pieces of electrical steel because I'm going to make electrical steel seeds out of this. Actually, I should probably have 8 because I need at least 2 seeds to make this happen. Electrical steel seeds. So they look like that. So let's just put our 8 pieces of electrical steel around and start growing electrical steel. 7 and 8. There we go. So I'm still manufacturing some, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we've got 2 seeds. Now I need to pick something else that I can grow, or that I don't need to grow anymore. So maybe the Enderman? Yeah, I probably don't need these anymore, right? Unlock that. Let's jam that in there. Lock that up. Boom. And then that should plant this, nope, this whole area with electrical steel seeds. Or at least 1 electrical steel crop. Okay, so we're making electrical steel. Now, I can make a recipe to take the electrical steel essence, this stuff, because if I put it in a pattern, and it will be a crafting pattern that looks like this, I will get 2 electrical steel, encode that pattern, put that pattern in an interface right there, and now I should be able to request electrical steel to be crafted. I don't have enough resources to craft it, but hey, at least I can request it. So let's put that back, and that, and that, and that. There's a bunch of things in my inventory that I don't need anymore, like that. Let's go back to our basic capacitor bank plan, or our vibrant capacitor bank, I should say. So here we go, vibrant. So I need the electrical steel. So I also need these vibrant crystals. So vibrant crystals are made with vibrant alloy nuggets. Vibrant alloy nuggets are made like this. So let's make a pattern for those. Easy. And then the crystals, the vibrating crystals are made, actually the emeralds, I'm going to need to make emeralds as well because I have a bunch of emerald essence, but I haven't turned it into emeralds. So let's make that pattern. And then we need these vibrant crystals, and the pattern looks like that, and we're good. Okay, so we open up our interfaces again. Let's get 1, 2, and 3 patterns in there. Starting to fill up our interfaces. Well, I guess not. I mean, we've got 9 slots in each interface, and we have 16 interfaces, so that's an awful lot of patterns we can store. So now we need to be able to make vibrant capacitor banks. So vibrant, these guys. Do I have enough resources to make them yet? No, I don't. So let's craft Let's just craft one of those. That's easy. Then we'll craft the electrical steel. The electrical steel, I have 16. Yeah, so I actually need a few of these. So let's craft available, start. So that crafted those. And back to vibrant capacitors. So, okay, perfect. We have enough to make the pattern. So now we've made the pattern. We can drop the pattern into our assembler, and then we come up here and we do the request. Vibrant capacitor banks. We want 25 of these, and I know I don't have enough resources. So one of the things I'm missing is copper, and I'm missing a whole bunch of electrical steel essence. So I need to get my crops growing electrical steel essence and also copper ingots. So let's cancel that. Let's take a look at my electrical steel. So it doesn't seem to be actually spreading at all. And I don't know why it's not spreading. This should be producing additional seeds. So let's just take a look at electrical steel. So no, I don't have any electrical steel seeds. Well, let's make another electrical steel seed. And then maybe we can get this in there too and speed up the process a little bit. Boom, there. Now I have 2. Alright, well that's something. Copper. So we need copper. In order to make copper, well, we need... Actually, I guess we could just turn this pulverized copper into copper ingots. But we also should have a way to grow copper. So why don't we make some copper seeds? I think that's the way to do it, right? So, whoops, I probably made way too many seeds. That's okay. Let's come over here and maybe we can use these blaze section here, because I don't really need that many blaze seeds. Get rid of those. This is stopped, right? Get that in. Out and look back in. We're back in. We're locked. We're going, and that should be planting copper. And it should be planting lots of copper. Yes, yes it is. Okay. So now we got copper being grown. What do we do with that copper? So this copper essence makes copper ore. So here's a really good example of what I should be doing with my auto crafters, because the auto crafters are going to take the copper essence and turn it into ore, because I don't really need copper essence for anything, right? I just need copper ore. So let's take some copper ore as well, because we're going to need to deal with that too. So over to our auto crafters, and I can't remember which ones we're using and which ones we're not. So that one's used, that one's used, that one's used, that one is not. So over here, copper essence. Okay, so that will be giving us copper ore. Let's stick that in there. It's going to start importing any second, and there it is. And it's going to generate massive amounts of copper ore. I clearly need to accelerate the growth of this stuff, but it's going as fast as it can, unfortunately. But now the copper ore, something has to be done with that. So what I should have is a bank of sag mills somewhere, because if I just stick all of my copper ore into a sag mill, it'll grind it down into pulverized copper, and then I could take that pulverized copper and run it into a bank of something else, say furnaces or my ultimate furnace, and get exactly what I want from it. I suppose I could also go straight from ore into copper ingots just like this, but it wouldn't do the doubling effect that I'd want it to do in the long run. So let's take our patterns, and yeah, maybe we should just make a processing pattern for this. So we take our copper ore. 1 copper ore will give us 1 copper ingot, and this ore is thermal foundation, so I need to find the copper from thermal foundation, otherwise it won't actually give me what I want. So 1 copper from thermal foundation will give me 1 copper from thermal foundation. Let's make a processing pattern for that, and the processing pattern can go in our ultimate furnace here, and then we should be able to request copper. Okay, so I'll take the 1 out, and then I will tell it to craft. Let's craft like 10. So it's got those available and those, and if I tell it to go ahead, it should have fed those to the furnace, and there we go. We've got our 10 copper ingots. Man, oh man, this episode is much longer than I expected it to be. If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to keep going until I get exactly what I want out of today. So let's try again to our vibrant capacitors, because I still want 25 of these things. So I'm missing 92 copper ore. Wow. And I'm still missing, so much electrical steel essence. Actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to craft 10 of these guys, because I have the resources for that. So let's just do that. You guys get the idea for how this whole crafting stuff works. You can see there it is, my 10 crafting, or my 10 vibrant capacitor banks are being crafted right now. There's capacitors being crafted from ingots. There's glowstone being manufactured, vibrant alloy. There's the double layered capacitors, the octadic capacitors. There's basic capacitors being fed in, and all of this stuff is assembled into my capacitor banks. So let's come over here to our terminal. Let's just watch the tail end of this happen. I like watching this. It's kind of neat. So you can see exactly how this stuff is going down. This is being used up. This is slowly being pulled as well. So there's coal being pulverized. I think that's what's actually happening. That might actually be one of the biggest slowdowns. It's the pulverizing of the coal. So there we go. Now we should have our vibrant capacitor banks. There's 10 of them, and we are ready to place them. So I'm just going to quickly zip over to my reactor and place these things in. One, two, three, nope. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit anticlimactic because they don't even stick out above the area yet, but eventually this whole area is going to get filled in once I build another 15 of these capacitors, and then I'll be able to show you guys something really cool. So look forward to that. I'm going to end this episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And what is that weird sound? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are loving these episodes, please continue to click the thumbs up button. Give me a like on these videos. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos, you can always click the subscribe button down below as well. Don't forget, you can also click that little notification bell to turn on notifications and then get an email every single time I make a new video. Thanks. Can't even talk anymore. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.